Pfizer knew about 1,223 Pfizer deaths due to the vaccine just within 90 days of their shot, and they didn't come forward and warn anybody.
That's like a CDC? I don't know what it's called. Isn't it like some sort of, you have to blacklist?
There should be the FDA should have a black box warning.
Yes.
Pfizer should have pulled their product off the market. But it looks like Trump really got played by Pfizer. Here's the backstory here. Pfizer's big horse right now, their pharmaceutical horse that's earning them money, tons, billions, is a drug called Eliquis.
Yes.
Eliquis. It's for blood clots. Well, why are we using so much Eliquis? Because there's so many vaccine blood clots.
Yeah.
Well, listen to this. The competitor to Eliquis is Xarelto. Xarelto just went full generic this month. And so Eliquis goes for $600 a month. And now the competitor, Mark Cuban just put this out there, and GoodRx has the competitor for $60 a month. So listen, Albert Bourla was going to lower his costs anyway. He had to, because Eliquis is going to get gutted. Now he just got a $70 billion injection into Pfizer. This is unbelievable.
They learned in the early 2000s with animals that when you inject one rabbit with mRNA technology, and it's mRNA, but really DNA plasmids, when you inject them with it and send them into the forest, they will eventually vaccinate all animals in the forest through a principle called shedding. That rabbit's going to go have sex with another rabbit. That rabbit's going to share semen that has bacteria called E. coli and Enterobacter now inside the female. Now that female's got it inside of them. It goes and eats carrots or vegetables that have carbohydrates in them. And in that female now, you have sugar feeding the bacteria and yeast, and now that's spreading and cloning inside their body. And then they're going to have offspring. And all those offspring are going to have those same bacteria and yeast inside their bodies transferred in utero right into the baby. You can just see this is how they're doing it. Yeah. They knew that they could only vaccinate the majority, and then eventually all of them are going to be impacted. So this is how shedding happens. The word shedding was a cover for contagion. So my question for all of you at home watching this is, if the dictionaries of the earth, which preserve our definitions of our languages we use to communicate with each other, if the definition of the word virus in all of them reads a poison or a venom, particularly a snake's venom, I would like to ask you all, how come when I go to the CDC's website, that is not the definition they give me of the word virus? How come the FDA doesn't give me that same definition for the word virus? How come the Mayo Clinic, how come the Vanderbilt Hospital, Johns Hopkins, the Mayo Clinic, Cleveland Clinic, how come all of their websites have a different definition for the word virus? And then I need to ask you this. If a virus, by definition, has always meant even to medicine, they know it because medicine only uses the Latin language. They are beholding to the Latin language to make all medical doctors, nurses, staff, and surgeons look superior in intelligence to you because you don't know Latin. So they're all forced to learn Latin. They all know that Latin is the language they're all speaking to you. My question for you is this. Now that you've learned that the word virus means poison or venom, my question for you is this, Laban, and I'll leave this with the audiences. How do they create an influenza virus annual season? And how do they create a common cold virus annual season? If a virus in Latin definitions in English translates to poison, especially of snake's venom or venom. And now you'll start to realize why Dr. Ardis loves nicotine, why he wears nicotine every day, why his wife chews nicotine gum every single day. How come in 3 days of chewing 4 tablets of 2 milligram nicotine gum, my wife, in 3 days, cured 100% of her 2 years worth of long COVID suffering symptoms, all of which COVID symptoms are caused by a collection of various venom proteins synthetically manufactured around the world and are summarized in my book.
Can I tell you something disgusting? The American Cancer Society was founded. And if you go look up their mission statement that they created, why they created this nonprofit organization, American Cancer Society, it was solely to receive donations. That's their mission statement, to receive donations, to fund research, to cure and eradicate cancer from the earth. I did a presentation 2 years ago in California, and I said, I want to show you guys something. The American Cancer Society, on their website right now, and I showed the website, it says, we do not know what causes cancer and no cancer is curable. I put up on the screen for the years of COVID only, their tax return revenue reporting to the government of the United States. They have been given in 5 years, $4.5 billion just in the last 5 years. And they still don't have a cure for cancer, nor do they know how to treat it.
All cancers are known to be cured by tobacco since the 1500s. This is not a joke. I even show you the dates out of the medical textbook. They've known tobacco by itself cures all cancers and all tumors. That's published. And I show you the years it's published by medical science to be a cure for all those things.
So yesterday was a historic day as the very first detoxification protocol was published in the U.S. medical literature that gives people a chance to take this whole issue into their own hands and use natural substances to begin to help the body clear this very dangerous protein from its cells and tissues. And it involves 3 natural substances that are available over the counter at any type of online retailer or at a natural food store or pharmacy. And they are nattokinase, which is an enzyme that's derived from the fermentation of soy, bromelain, which is a set of enzymes derived from the stems of pineapple. By the way, bromelain is a U.S. FDA-approved drug as a topical treatment for wounds. And then the third is curcumin, derived from turmeric. The doses of nattokinase are 2,000 units twice a day, bromelain 500 milligrams a day, and curcumin 500 milligrams 3 times a day. The duration in this publication, and I'm the first author, so I'm the one to bring this forward, is at least 3 months. I think for people who have taken multiple shots, 12 months or more.